Hi there everybody, my name is Melissa. I am here in Michigan and I am here to share everything that is happening in my kitchen with you. Well, this week I had a trip to the doctor and there is nothing like going to the doctor to make you change your mind and like, yeah, you know, I should be eating a little healthier these days. So I have a meal prep for you. Number one thing that I'm going to be putting in my meal prep is oatmeal. It's like a superfood. It is really good for you, helps you with your cholesterol, helps you feel so full. And it's like one of the foods that will actually expand. You could actually keep adding water to it and it'll get bigger and bigger and bigger. So pretty interesting, but I've got a couple recipes that I'm gonna do the oats with. My oven's ready because I'm going to be making granola with the oats. I am going to be showing you just my morning routine of getting oats ready, do some overnight oats, and I'm also going to make some homemade jam, jelly, something like that, that can go in your oatmeal as well. It's one of my favorites. So let me show you. Okay, I printed out my recipe. It is from kitchen.com. I'll link it, but that's how they spell kitchen, without the E at the end. And it's just some basic ingredients. You're gonna need oats, whatever kind of nut. In the recipe they call for almonds, however I like walnuts, so that's what I'm gonna use. Olive oil or vegetable oil. Honey is your binder and flavoring to make it sweet, and then they put a little bit of cinnamon on it. I really liked this recipe because she gave a lot of details on how to make it. You know, some people like their granola clumpy because I'm going to be putting it into some yogurt, so I like big clumps. I have some vegetable oil. I'm gonna mix my oils because that's not quite a half a cup and it's so low. So equal parts honey and oil. So it's a half a cup each. If I put the oil in first, the honey should come out of this container pretty easily. And I was thinking that half a cup, yep, is the end of this honey container. But there we go. Oh yeah, that did. Do you see how that came out? Really easily. Nice. You're going to want to mix these together because you're going to just put everything else back into this bowl. My oven is set to 300 degrees. I have a parchment lined baking sheet here. You're gonna dump it on there and you do wanna kind of press it down into a sheet. See how well this fork does. It says to use a spatula, but this might work out really well. I think I'm gonna do it across the whole cookie sheet. I think you want the layer to be even so that it's all cooking at that same time and temperature. So after you get it all patted down, you're gonna put it in the oven 10 minutes, 300 degrees, and stir it, and then another 10 minutes. So total bake time 20 minutes. Here is the granola out of the oven. It has been the 20 minutes. So it is quite wet. I don't know if you're able to see that, but the recipe says it will be. It actually hardens up when it cools. I could tell, I mean, it's all brown, but I can tell that it did get toastier. Smells amazing. That honey is perfectly toasted and the nuts is just, smells gorgeous. So I'm just giving it a stir. And then she said if you want clumps to go ahead and press it down, and then you can break it apart after it's completely cooled. So I'm trying to get a thin layer here. Press down. And all right, I'm gonna go ahead and let it cool on the counter. I will show you what happens. I hope it works because I love granola on my yogurt. So this is the granola. It's been sitting out for a long time now. After about an hour, I came and felt the granola and it was still a little too sticky. I didn't think it was hard enough. So I put it even 10 more minutes in the oven. So mine had a total of 30 minutes. And it's still sticky. Like you could see that it's pliable and bendable. So it's definitely not like you get from the store, where the store it's definitely super hard and crunchy. At this point, this has been sitting here for about 3 hours, so this is, you know, as cool as you're gonna get. But I'm just gonna go ahead and break it up and put it into an airtight container. It's supposed to last for a week, so we'll see how much of this we use. So here I am going to make a quick jam or jelly, just some sweetener that you could also put in your oatmeal. You can put this in yogurt, you can put it on toast. This is a seasonal item that's available at Aldi. I'm using the cherry berry blend. It says dark cherries, tart cherries, blueberries, and strawberries. The other time that I've made this, I'm gonna use half the bag. That's what I was trying to see. So it's 48 ounces, so I'm just gonna do half of the bag. When I've made this before, I have bought a blueberry raspberry blend. So you're going to put the frozen berries in your pot over the stove on some medium heat. And then I am going to use Splenda to keep the calories down. This is the Kroger brand of Splenda. And then some cornstarch to thicken it up. So I just put, oh, my granola is ready to stir. I put everything in the beginning and just keep an eye on it. No liquid needed. The berries will give off their own. I'm gonna do a half a cup. So it's 2 of these. These are 1/4 cups. Measure cup that I have right here. And I'm just going to do a tablespoon of the cornstarch. Like I said, that'll thicken it up. If you find it's not thick enough, you can always add more. If it gets too thick, you could add a little water if you really needed to, but you know, jam and jelly is supposed to be thicker, on the thicker side. This will go in the fridge. I'm not canning it or anything like that. This is just something that, that's why I only wanted to make half of the bag. I want to make just enough that we're going to use. Just keep mixing. The berries are starting to warm up and letting off some juice. I'm gonna kick it down to like medium low, give it a little bit slower time. You of course could use just regular sugar too, but I like this. If these strawberries are too big, I might go at it with a potato type masher to do that. So we're just gonna let these hang out and we'll keep an eye on it, how it's going.
Ba ba
Okay, so I went at it with this little masher here. It's like a meat masher, but it worked really well. You saw how it cooked all the way down, and now I'm letting a few bubbles come up. What I'm gonna do is turn it off, let it cool completely, and this will stay for about a week in your fridge. It never lasts the whole week at my house. We all love it. You can eat it cold, you can warm it back up. It is just so good and simple and easy to make. So one of my favorite ways to eat oatmeal in the morning is cold in overnight oats fashion. But I do like to have, so I have this little container in my cupboard next to the oatmeal and next to our, whole container of brown sugar, because that's of course another oatmeal staple. And this has things in it that you would make your oatmeal with. Walnuts, honey, PB2, which is a powdered peanut butter, some cinnamon, some raisins. So just some different things, whatever you like in your oatmeal. That way it's a little bit easier to come together. I'll show you a quick overnight oats recipe. So you do equal parts of oats and whatever kind of milk you prefer. I'm gonna use almond milk, but you can use your regular standard milk, whatever you got in your fridge. I also like to always add some fruit to it. Frozen blueberries are one of my favorites, fresh blueberries. If you have any fresh things, those are really good. I just kind of put some in. Looks good. Another thing you could put in is applesauce. So some sort of fruit flavoring, and then something to sweeten it up. Like I said, the brown sugar is good. A little bit of honey is good. I have some specialty honey, orange blossom honey that we had bought while we were out on our trip. So I think I'm just gonna pour a little bit. I realize you don't need very much honey to make it nice and delicious. It's probably like maybe 2 teaspoons, 1 to 2 teaspoons. I don't have any. Sometimes we put chia seeds in it, but you just mix this up. And it'll be a beautiful color by the morning because of them blueberries. But those oats will get soaked up with that milk. Occasionally, you do have to check it in the morning, depending on how your fruit sometimes is more watery, so it'll give off water. But just add some milk in the morning to what it looks like, because I expect my blueberries will give it some liquidiness. And then if I would like some walnuts, I can add walnuts in the morning. I could add them now. They possibly will get a little bit soggy, but there you go. Super quick and easy. You can make 2 or 3 of these for the week and they're ready to go in your fridge and you just take it with you. I like to eat it cold. You actually can just totally put it in the microwave and warm it up and have hot oatmeal the same way. So here we are, ready for the week. I got my granola. I got my strawberry and cherry and blueberry jam ready to go. And I have my overnight oats. So I hope you have a really good week and hit that subscribe button so I can see you again. And thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.